So these are called the KZ Caster Pro, and if you remember a couple of weeks back I also reviewed the KZ Caster non-pro variant, but as many of you were demanding the comparison between the two, so here it is. So if you look at the box, so on the pro variant you have the KZ logo on the front, while on the non-pro you don't have that. And if you look at the back, so what I have here is the black edition, and black simply means that you're going for the base version, while the white or the silver means you're going for the non-base version. So this is the way to differentiate between the base and the non-base variant. Also, if you will open the box, so the box contents and packing and everything inside here are very similar to that of the non-pro variant. So what you have here is the cable, then you have some extra pair of ear tips, some paperworks, and the IMs, and that's pretty much it. These IMs are very similar in design, build quality and finish as compared to the non-pro variant. So it's a metal and a resin combination. And coming on to the cable, so it's the same brown colored cable that KZ had been supplying with all their IMs under rupees 2000, so nothing new in that. And now coming on to the differences, so the pro variant clearly says that it's the Caster Pro, and the non-pro variant simply says that it's just a Caster variant. And also if you look at the size, so the pro variant is slightly bigger in size when you compare it to the non-pro variant. Also on the pro variant you will find this golden ring, so that's how you can differentiate between the two variants. And also you will notice that after you have removed the ear tips, so the nozzle of the pro variant is slightly having a bigger diameter as compared to the non-pro variant. Now after all that visual differences, here comes the slightly technical part. So when you talk about the non-pro variant, so it was a 10+8 driver combination, while on the pro you get 10+10 driver combination. So the thing is that as the KZ Caster were first of its own kind, where the two drivers were stacked on top of each other, so there were like some amount of problems related to different frequencies and how they were blending with each other. So the thing is that you hear some sort of SS sound, some sort of hissing sounds. These were like somewhat prominent. I would not say anyone would notice it like if you are getting these for the first time, but people who are deep into this hobby, so they know it, like that was a kind of a minor problem. But on the pro you have all that frequencies blending very properly, and because of that 8mm driver being upgraded to 10, so now they can handle all the frequencies very properly. And also in the pro they brought something new, like which is frequency crossover technology, so that they can achieve that proper blending of frequencies. Also I want to say that if you look at the KZ Caster, so here we have all those 4 variants all together. So if you compare the pro with the non-pro one, you will see that there is a much difference in the impedance and sensitivity value. So the pro have like the lower impedance value and also the good sensitivity, while on the pro the impedance value is slightly higher and also the sensitivity is slightly low. So you can say that the pro will give a better response as compared to the non-pro variant. And also if you talk about the base version and the non-base version, so you will see that the impedance values on the base is much more lower as compared to the non-base version. So if you look at all these variants, I would say the worst variant will be the non-pro's non-base edition, and the best one will be the pro and the base edition. So I just want to say that if you already have the the non-pro variant, you don't need to invest in the pro variant, and I would say the upgrade would not be anything major. But if you're getting a new KZ Caster, it's better that you go for the pro variant. And also I just want to say that because of that higher impedance values on the KZ Caster's non-pro variant, like 31 to 35 ohms, and also in the pro variant it's like 20 to 40 ohms. So in that cases you need to invest in a DAC. Something like this would do the job. It's like this DAC is from AudioFile and it's below 1000 rupees, so this will fairly get the work done. I don't want to say that you have to invest in high-res DAC, which is expensive, around 5000 rupees, like the one I have, which is the Fosse Audio DS2, but this AudioFile DAC under rupees 1000 will be more than sufficient. Also, some of the people would be thinking that because the Caster Pro are slightly bigger in size as compared to the non-pro variant, so I would say that both of these would be are fairly comfortable. I didn't notice any sort of problems wearing both of them, even though it's slightly bigger, but it fits very properly and you don't be having any sort of major issues. Also, when you talk about the tuning switches, so you have 4 tuning switches on each of them, and every time you turn on a tuning switch, it's going to give you a 1 dB boost. So you can play around with different set of frequencies and you can choose like whatever you feel like. A lot of things on both of these can be controlled with the equalizer. And now talking about the sound signature or the sound stages, so I just want to say that both these IMs sound exactly the same. Sometimes you won't be able to notice the difference unless and until you have spent like enough time with both of them. So the thing is, they sound exactly the same kind of bass, same high frequencies, same mid frequencies, but the advantage with the Caster Pro is that it's much more smooth, it's much more rich, and all the blending in frequencies is just too good. I would say that these are well built well, and also at some point you will feel that they compete very well with some of the expensive IEMs. Overall, I can say that you can use both of these IEMs for movies, music, even like you are watching any movie and it has more dialogue, so you can raise that 3 to 4000 kilohertz frequency spectrum and you will get a proper dialogue. And let's say you want to hear any sort of background music, so you can raise all that low frequency. So overall the frequency response is too good, and I think that at this particular price point, both of these variants like offer you a very good value for money. But the thing is, like, just because the Pro is there, so you don't need to invest in the non-Pro variant, just go with the Pro one. So anyway, that was all about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any doubts or queries, you can put that in the ask me in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.